Hi guys, this is Sir Manny and I'm back with another video, and this time what we're going to talk about is the interim guidelines on the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms, or the DepEd Memorandum 14 Series 2021. So I'm going to show you kung paano natin sila i-accomplish at para malinaw kung ano yung gagawin natin dun sa mga forms, lalo na't malapit na ang ating school checking. Okay, so let's start. So the first is the school form 1 or the school registry. Okay, so there is a change dito sa school form 1 natin. There is an additional data elements for learning modality, so shall be added in the existing SF1. So the learning modality shall be updated whenever the learner shifts from one learning modality to another. So let's say sa first quarter, printed module siya. Dapat i-update mo yon sa second quarter kung magbe-blended learning siya. Kung magkakaroon siya ng online learning naman sa third quarter, kailangan mo din yung i-update. So ina-update natin yon at the end of each quarter. So the updated modality shall be generated through the Learner Information System as official quarterly enrollment count per modality. And then yung age to be recorded in the form is the learner's age by October 31, 2020. So right now, I'm gonna show you kung paano natin gagawin yon. Okay? So pupunta tayo ngayon sa LIS. So right now, naka-login ako sa aming LIS. And this is my grade level, which is grade 6. So let's say, mag-generate ako for the first quarter. At ang mga anak ko, ang ginamit nila in the first quarter ay gumamit kami ng printed module. So pupunta lang ako sa profile ng bata. And then, I'm gonna go ahead and update other data. And then, pupunta ako dito sa pinakababa. Meron siya ditong tinatawag na actual modality. And then, I'm just gonna choose modular print. And then, save. Okay? So, kapag na-update na yung learner information, babalik na ako doon sa list of classes. Ayan. And then, pupunta na ako sa school forms. And i-generate ko na yung kanilang SF1. So, pupunta lang ako sa grade 6 and then i-download ko yung SF1. And then when you open this, ayan. So, kung mapapansin natin dito, mapupunta na dito yung learning modality. Okay? So, ito yung sa first quarter is school form 1 ko. Now, kung mag-shift tayo ng other modality for the second quarter, kailangan na naman natin itong i-update at i-download siya quarterly. Whenever na nag-update tayo ng modality sa mga estudyante natin. But, if first quarter pa lang is modular ka na and printed lang yung ginagamit mo hanggang fourth quarter. So, kahit hindi mo na siya i-update from time to time kung wala naman nagbabago dun sa modality na ginagawa natin. And another changes is yung i-record natin na age ng bata. So, dito, papalitan natin yung age ng bata. Dito exactly. Yung age niya as of October 31, 2020. Kasi ang recorded pa natin dito is age as of first Friday of June. Okay? So, dapat ang recorded niya dito, hindi ko alam kung magkakaroon ng update ang LIS, pero dapat ang grade niya dito dapat ang age niya dito is yung grade niya as of October 31, 2020. So, ganun natin ina-update ang ating school form 1. Okay? So, once again, ang mga keynotes na kailangan nating tandaan dito ay ang school form 1 ay meron siyang bagong section which is the learning modality na kailangan nating ina-update quarterly whenever nagbabago yung learning modality na ginagamit ng bata. But if from first quarter to fourth quarter, you are using the same learning modality, no need to update it. Kailangan mo lang siyang i-print quarterly. Okay? And then the age to be recorded in the form is the learner's age by October 31, 2020. Next. So, this is the school form 1, yung pinakita ko sa inyo kanina. So, babaguhin natin dito yung age as of October 31 and then the learning modality. Ito, na-generate natin to sa LIS. But this one, based dun sa na-download ko kanina, we need to update it. Yung age niya as of October 31. Now, let's move on to school form 3. So, gagamit pa rin tayo ng school form 3. Kami kasi nag-issue pa rin kami ng book. So, if you're releasing books, SF3 may be used. This form can also be utilized to record the distribution and retrieval of learning modules. In using SF3 for the recording and monitoring of modules, the title of the book shall be replaced by an appropriate reference code or title of the module being issued or distributed. So, ayan siya. So, for the School Form 3, the changes here is, pwede pa rin natin gamitin yung previous SF3 kung nag-release tayo ng books at mag-prepare na lamang ng karagdagang School Form 3 kung nagbigay din tayo ng module at the same time. The only difference is, lalagyan natin siya ng module reference code kung may code yung mga module natin or yung title lang ng module yung ilalagay natin. But, if you issued books pa rin for for this year, tulad namin, kailangan nyo pa rin i-prepare yung usual na School Form 3. Okay? And then, dadagdagan lang natin siya ng another School Form 3 for module and reference code. Okay? Kung walang reference code yung module, ang ilalagay lang natin is yung title ng module. As easy as that. So, that is School Form 3. Next, School Form 4 Monthly Report of Learner Movement and Attendance. So, dito, what changes is, dati, monthly natin itong sinasubmit sa District and Division Office. But this time, School Form 4 shall only be submitted quarterly. Okay? So, meron siyang karagdagan column na kung saan i-replace natin yung column for dropout with no longer participating in learning activities or NLPA. So, ito yung status ng learner na kung saan yung guardian or the learner, hindi na sila nakikipag-communicate or has not made any efforts to contact the class advisor for at least 7 consecutive weeks. So, dapat po nating i-define yon, 7 consecutive weeks. Let's say 6 weeks hindi siya nakapag-communicate, pero dun sa 7th week nakipag-communicate siya. NLPA ba yung bata? No. Hindi siya NLPA kasi hindi siya pumasok dun sa definition natin ng NLPA na 7 consecutive weeks siyang hindi nagparamdam. Okay po? So, that needs to be cleared kasi baka mapahamak ka being a teacher na hindi naman siya nakikipag-communicate. Basta kapag 7 weeks na po na consecutive na hindi siya nakipag-communicate, doon lang po natin pwedeng sabihin na yung bata ay NLPA. But in between quarters, kahit isang beses lang siya nakipag-communicate sa'yo at hindi 7 consecutive weeks yon at nabibreak niya yon in the middle, hindi po natin pwedeng i-consider yung bata na NLPA. So, additional data fields for mortality and death. This is sad but hopefully wala naman pong naging victim sa ating mga anak. So, this is the form. So, kung mapapansin natin dito, meron siyang no longer participating in learning activities. Ito yung nadagdag sa atin. At ilalagay lang natin dito yung bata again kung ang nangyari is 7 weeks siyang hindi nakapag-participate at clearly defined po yun na 7 consecutive weeks. Hindi pwedeng 6 consecutive weeks, it's 7 consecutive na sunod-sunod. Maliwanag po yun ha. And then there is another additional which is the mortality and death. Now, for the School Form 8 or the Basic Health Nutrition Profile, so this is quite a challenge because parents and guardians may administer the actual measuring of weight and height and submit a reading result to the class advisor. So, syempre, hindi natin maiwasan na may mga batang walang timbangan at may mga batang walang pang-measurement. So, dito po pwede tayong humingi ng request sa barangay that they can help us in gathering this data. Okay, just in case wala talaga yung mga magulang. Kasi kung wala talaga silang maibigay, wala talaga tayong data na makukuha kung hindi natin lalagyan ng supplemental effort. So, pwede tayong makipag-coordinate sa ating mga social workers sa barangay na willing po na tumulong para makakuha tayo ng School Form 8 or we can directly tell the parents to administer kung meron naman silang timbangan at panukat ng bata. So, updating of SF8 through the LIS facility is highly encouraged for elementary grade levels but not mandatory except for the learner recipient of any program promoting health and nutrition. Junior high school and SHS are not required to accomplish SF8 and update BMI in LIS. But still, meron po siya ditong parang PS na hindi naman siya mandatory. It is not highly encouraged unless yung bata is kasama siya or recipient siya ng school-based feeding program. Kasi po ito yung success indicator natin to tell whether nag-improve ba yung weight ng bata or hindi. Kasi in Tarlac City, we still have here yung school-based feeding program. Meron kaming milk program, meron kaming feeding program. So in order to find out yung success indicator, kailangan may basis or may beginning of the school year and then may end line. So, this is not mandatory. Kung makapagbigay lang po sila, dun lang natin siya kailangang i-report. But it is highly encouraged. Okay po? Next. School Form 9 or the progress report indicate at the bottom part of each column. Dito sa progress report, the only change na meron tayo is at the bottom part of each column, the learning modality being adopted in each quarter should be stated, and then the character traits and core values portions of SF9 are not required to be accomplished. But, merong note dito na dun sa mga grade 5 and grade 6 na gumagamit pa rin ng Form 137, pwede pa rin nating i-carry out yung character traits and core values. Okay? Pero dun sa mga nag-SF9 na ng first and second quarter na nilagyan nila yung mga yun na area, pwedeng wag nyo nang baguhin yun. So, applicable na lang to for third and fourth quarter. So, dito ilalagay natin yung learning modality ng bata dun sa ilalim ng quarter grades niya. Okay? So, meron tayo ditong mga notes. SF10 shall be prepared. And then dito naman sa permanent record, SF10 shall be prepared at the end of the school year. And then for grades 5 and 6 who are still using Form 137, instructions for SF9 character traits and core values shall be applied. Okay, so for grade 5 and grade 6, kailangan pa rin nating i-follow yung SF9 character traits and core values sa ating SF10 ngayon. Okay? Lagi po nating tatandaan yun. And then, for School Form 2 or the daily attendance, meron tayong iba't ibang paraan kung paano natin makukuha to. So, for teachers and advisors, may choose an applicable learner attendance conversion tool. So, meron tayong LACT na tinatawag that can be considered in checking in the learner's attendance in Annex 2. So, magkaiba kapag ang basis natin is the online presence at magkaiba naman kung ang basis natin is the submission of modules. So, the SF2 that are already prepared by teachers for the first 2 quarters should be adopted without any further modification. So, hindi na natin papalitan yung mga nagawa na natin ng first, second quarter. So, this one is only applicable for the third and fourth quarter of the school year 2020-2021. So, a learner can only be considered dropout or no longer participating in learning activities if his or her parents voluntarily withdraw from schooling or if she incurs absences of more than 20% of the prescribed number of class or laboratory periods during the school year or semester as per Department Order Number 8, Series 2015. Reporting cut-off date for enrollment count is as of October 9, 2020. Pero tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, dinefine naman natin na dapat yung bata hindi siya nakapag-participate for 7 consecutive weeks, pwede na natin siyang i-consider na NLPA or kapag yung parent is nag-voluntarily withdraw dun sa participation ng bata sa school. Okay po? And then right here, ito yung first option natin for the learner attendance conversion tool. So, o yung online presence. So, kung nag-online class kayo everyday, that would serve as your attendance. So, actual recording of number of class days present and absent. Applicable only to online distance learning modality with daily schedule of online classes. Okay? So, kung ang school nyo meron siyang online distance learning na online classes at lahat ng bata naman ay mayroong internet, so this is applicable for you. But if not, meron din tayong tinatawag na communication-based. Okay? Meaning has nothing to do with the learning outputs or performance, applicable to all distance learning modalities. So, pwedeng itong weekly, pwedeng monthly. So, let's say, sa number of contact efforts, di ba meron tayong 1 distribution contact and 1 retrieval contact. So, dun sa distribution, that is equivalent to 3 class days. And then yung retrieval, that is equivalent to 3 class days. So, for a month, that is 4 contact efforts for distribution and 4 contact efforts for retrieval. So, that is 12 class days and 12 class days for the retrieval. Pero kasi, katulad sa amin, yung aming distribution is also the day of the retrieval. So, kapag nag-distribute kami, magbabalik sila. So, that is already equivalent for 6 class days in a week. And for a month, that is already equivalent for 12 class days in a month. So ito, meron tayong example dito. At ayan po yung communication base. So dito, hindi natin tinitingnan yung balikan ko lang, dito sa communication base, hindi natin tinitingnan yung output ng bata kung kumpleto siya or hindi. Okay po? Ang tinitingnan lang natin dito is yung communication na ginagawa ng parents sa mga teacher. And then meron din tayong LACT 3 or the output base applicable only to printed modular and digital modular distance learning modalities ito. But this one is applicable to all distance learning modalities, okay? But this one is only applicable for modular and digital modular. So dito, ang tinitingnan natin is yung output ng bata. So let's say number of submitted modules, 6 modules. At ang required modules niya ay 9 modules. So ang isang week, ang complete days of attendance is 6 days. So ang gagawin lang natin is, yung number of submitted modules, i-divide natin siya dun sa number of required modules. So in this case, 6 divided by 9, that is 0.67 or 67% submission for the week. Ngayon, yung 0.67 na yun is multiply natin siya ng 6 days, that is equivalent to 4.02 days or 4 days present for the week ng isang bata. Okay? That is the LAC 3. Kung ang gusto mo is output-based ang gagamitin mo. And this is applicable for printed modular and digital modular distance learning modalities. Pero kung ang gusto mo namang maging attendance nila is communication-based at kahit modular ang gamit mo, applicable kasi yung LAC 2 sa lahat ng distance learning modalities. Pwede mo rin gamitin to as an option. Okay? But online presence-based yung LAC 1 ay ginagamit lang natin to sa mga online classes. Okay po, so this is the School Form 2 Daily Attendance Report of Learners. Ayan. So, Learner Attendance Conversion Tool, ito yung nadagdag na ilalagay po natin sa kanila. And then yung NLPA, meron din po tayo dito option na nadagdag. Next is, these are the summary of amendments po. So, for the SF1, action, this is required. So, addition of learning modality, age cutoff as of October 31, 2020. So, yun yung mga nadagdag sa kanila. Kanina pinakita ko kung paano natin siya i-update sa SF1. And then for the SF2, this is also required. The LACT, the NLPA, and the enrollment cutoff is October 9, 2020. And then for the SF3, this is not mandatory but highly required. And then, yung modular reference code, na pwede natin gamitin kapag module ang binigay natin sa mga bata. And then sa SF4, this is also required. Quarterly submission, NLPA, mortality, death. And then SF8, hindi siya required, hindi siya mandatory, but highly encouraged. So parents to administer measuring BMI. But always remember po, kailangan nating i-require dun sa mga student na part ng isang health program ng school tulad ng school-based feeding program. And then SF9, this is also required addition of learning modality, character traits, and core value portions are not required. Okay, pero kung na-accomplish na nga po natin yon for the first and second quarter, kahit na po i-maintain na natin yon at applicable lang ito for third and fourth quarter. Okay po, so that ends the discussion of the new guidelines in school form sa mga SF forms po natin, and I hope nakatulong po ito para sa inyo. If you want a copy of the slide, let me go ahead and share it with you. Just type in your emails sa comment box. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.